Good morning, traders. This is Ala Peters on May 31st at 9:48 EST. We're waiting for oil news and we're witnessing S&P dancing in correction. S&P sitting at daily Fibonacci support present in the room since last year. And as we're discussing, it would be so refreshing if S&P will crush through this support. What is this support teaching you? Fibonacci keeps you out of trouble once again. Third morning in a row, market opening in massive correction. So let's take a look on oil and let's review what happened on oil the previous few weeks before oil news in the next 40 minutes as Fibonacci support remains respected. This is oil in the last 2 weeks. This was oil on May 16th. Oil opened up at key Fibonacci support. What was the problem? Key Fibonacci resistance. Bullish news did not mean a thing. Oil struggled for more than 24 hours to break through this resistance. Last week, a different story. The same Fibonacci levels in a play. What happens on oil? Extremely bearish news. Fibonacci levels identified weeks in advance in a play. What is the problem? Fibonacci support. Oil cannot break through. For over a day, oil struggling to break through this support, identified weeks in advance. Finally, oil crashing through this support a day later. This is oil this morning. Let's take a look what to expect as S&P remains frozen at Fibonacci support in excruciating pain, reminding you knowledge of the market starts with mastering corrections. Here is oil. Oil collapsed in overnight session from reversal zone. This morning, it's not a good idea to short oil. Let me show you why. Oil opening up at Fibonacci reversal zone. When oil at Fibonacci reversal zone, at trend inception, your bias is bullish. We would love for oil to crash to this level, and at the time of oil news release, we don't care what the news is. We're witnessing every single time at the time of oil news release that Fibonacci overrides any news. At trend inception reversal zone, your bias is bullish. If oil will be anywhere near this level, this is Fibonacci resistance. Do not enter into. What would be ideal if oil at this key trend inception and news is bullish? As it is, identical reminder. This is what happened on oil. Long-term chart that's been present in the room for years. Do you remember this chart? Do you remember oil in 2016 at 29? My goodness, that was trend inception. Look at that level. Bias is bullish. All sorts of oversupply on oil coming out. Extremely bearish news. That did not mean a thing. Look where oil is now. Boom. Buyers stepped in with vengeance. Trend inception. This is where oil is now. 2 years later. Summer 2018. Levels identified years in advance. Bullish rally overextended. Market taking a massive pause. As spelled out years in advance, oil heading higher. As spelled out years in advance, this is not the place to short S&P. Look at that. Only S&P will keep you out of trouble. Only Fibonacci will show you where this key trend inception, trend reversal levels are. I warned you this morning, this is not the place to short. And that's how you stay out of trouble. Every day, every time. Corrections are untradeable market conditions. Darn it. Third morning in a row we open up in corrective fluff. Will be such a beautiful news if news on oil is bullish, oil at trend inception, and S&P at key support. Market will rally. If you will ever choose to short into this level, your success rate less than 15%. Why in the world would you do that? Not the place to short. Look at that dance. Meaningless. Back and forth chop. This was expected. This is what price does every time before oil news. And this is again identical dance we've been witnessing on Tesla for the last few months. Identical strategy. Tesla frozen from key Fibonacci support to key Fibonacci resistance. Identical dance as on S&P 1-minute chart this morning. Finally, S&P is moving in the right direction. That's how Fibonacci keeps you out of trouble. As S&P been frozen at key Fibonacci support since the open, I warned you, shorts are not an option. As expected, price struggled and was not able to break through this level. Very dangerous, very narrow range traders. This is a very big problem, this area. Trading room had been open less than 25 hours this month. Third morning in a row we are dealing with corrective markets. As expected, this level is a big problem to the upside, since this level was missed by one tick, marking this as a negative trade. This is all that's present this morning. Market in pain. We knew and we expected that. Market chopping at key Fibonacci support with extremely weak buyers. It would be so refreshing if S&P would crush through this support all the way back down to institutional trend inception. What is the problem? This week it played out twice in European session. Very interesting events in Europe, nothing interesting in US. Market in pain. Expectations for oil inventory minus 0.5 ME. More negative the number, more bullish the news. Undersupply on oil, unlike any other news, is bullish. Oversupply on oil, more positive the number, more bearish the news. Again, at the time of oil news release, I will convert this chart to... One second, this is chart from last... At the time of oil news release, I'm converting this chart to 1-minute chart. Again, it'll be a gift if oil at trend inception. At support, your bias is bullish. So, we will be paying attention to 1-minute chart on oil at the time of oil news release. No matter if news is bullish or bearish, at reversals on news, bias is bullish. So, here's 1-minute chart. 15 minutes to go until oil news. So keep your fingers crossed. At this level, Fibonacci resistance, we'd like to see bearish news. Will be very refreshing. However, we don't care if the news is bearish or bullish. At resistance, your bias remains firmly bearish. At support, your bias remains firmly bullish. As we know extremely well, Fibonacci overrides every news, every time, every day. So, this is the least important support. Price is chopping between here and here. Be very, very careful. Very dangerous and narrow range for oil. Minus support. So, first 5 minutes, knowledgeable trader allows oil to settle down and doesn't touch oil. At support, your bias is bullish. At resistance, your bias is bearish. That simple. No matter what chart you trade. While we're waiting on oil news, I received a question about BBY. Here's BBY reached reversal zone and struggling at this Fibonacci support. As we know very well, Jean, this support is out. BBY will collapse into free fall. Let me show you to where. This is where BBY is heading to. With high 90% probability, this level is out, BBY into free fall. This level is out, bearish trend becomes major. BBY will crash and burn to here. This will be pretty important support on BBY. This is how knowledgeable trader forever benefits from Fibonacci levels. Gina, are you using options on this? We'll review BBY for the next few months, for the next 2 years. I'm leaving this chart on. 3 minutes until news release. Again, I don't care how bullish the news is. I don't care if we have 10 times oversupply on oil. At Fibonacci resistance, your bias is bearish. I don't care how bearish the news is on oil. At Fibonacci support, your bias is bullish. Just remember what played out all the other oil news events. And remember, if you miss the other oil news events, you can always review them on YouTube channel. If you come to the website and you missed all the other oil news events, it's very simple. Click on YouTube channel and browse 8 years worth of videos, finding massive oil news time and time again. And if you would like to sign up for our YouTube channel, you will receive notifications when videos
Each and
are
every
posted.
day we're dealing with corrections in this market.
Oil news in 1 minute. We're sitting at crucial Fibonacci support on S&P traders. Everyone remembers that. Incredibly bullish news on oil. My goodness, let's see what oil is doing at key Fibonacci resistance. Remember, allow oil to settle down first 5 minutes. So let's see if I was right or if I was right. That this is not the time to buy oil. Allow oil to settle down. Buy at support, not anywhere near the resistance. Monitoring S&P very, very carefully. Market can start moving extremely fast, caution traders. If you don't hear me speak, I'm in discussion with students. This morning, we're not seeing any pullback yet. However, I'm warning you. Ultimate place to buy is trend inception. I'm warning you. Only if you wait for a powerful retracement to Fibonacci support and rules are met, only then you can take a trade. Ultimate point of entry at trend inception. So this is absolutely crucial. Please pay attention. 1 minute chart. Test is on. Only if you receive a powerful pullback, you can touch oil. Not now. 5 minutes after oil news release. Oil taking a pause, not rallying yet. Phenomenal bullish news. My goodness, shock or not. 20 minutes after oil news release, I warned you. You wanna pull a trigger randomly? You wanna buy near resistance? It will not work. Phenomenal bullish news. If trading on the news worked, pulling a trigger randomly would have worked. Every single person on the planet would be Bill Gates. It never does. Buying at trend inception when rules are met does. Bummer! It happened before market open. Not a bummer if you are a knowledgeable trader, if you know extremely well it's been a test. Knowledgeable trader passed that test. Oil crushing, as I've warned you, not the place to buy. Time and time again I bring up oil news to the trading room on purpose, as price reminding you every single day, every single time. Ultimate points of entry at Fibonacci trend inception. Worst place to be? Overextended bullish push. Will never work. And that's every single time the same formula. This is 1 minute chart, day trading chart. And this is institutional chart, weekly. These charts are twins. The only difference, when I work with institutions, they trading 7-8 figure accounts. You as a day trader take advantage of this. Identical formula. Bullish news, once again, doesn't mean a thing. Fibonacci means everything. Crash and burn S&P and remind everyone that only if you play by the rules, the sky's the limit. Rules are met outside of trading room hours all the time. Keep your fingers crossed. During trading room hours, oil will collapse to reversal zone. Shock or not, this was expected. Fibonacci what forms the market. Fibonacci what reminding you. If trading on the news worked, every single person on the planet would be Bill Gates. Quite a reminder. Phenomenal bullish news. Ouch. Can't trade on the news. Oil back down exactly where it was at the time of the news. It never gets old, I promise. Identical formula every time. Ultimate reminder, knowledge is power. Ultimate reminder, Fibonacci will always override any news. Oil collapsing as expected. On every chart. Crush this chart, convert this chart to 5. Why not? Oil in free fall, as expected. Convert this chart to 15. Identical formula. Oil collapsing. I warned you, not the place to buy. How many points did oil collapse since very bullish oil news release? Almost 100 points. What a beauty! Stunning reminder, news does not mean a thing. Fibonacci means everything. And if oil collapses to trend inception and rules are met, take a trade. Clear on that? And that's the power of Fibonacci. And that's the reason I bring up oil news to the trading room every week. What you choose to trade, is it Apple? Is it oil? Is it Boeing? Is it euro? Choice is yours. This is reminder. Euro collapsed. Very similar to oil. Euro in free fall. Identical strategy. In front of you, as on oil, as on Apple. Will oil respect this Fibonacci support and rules be met? Take a trade. But never, ever, ever trade on the news. And if you are a newbie trader, please remember my word. Trading on indicators never produces good results. If you found indicators that works, it's 1 in a million. As every single indicator on the planet is delayed. Fibonacci is the only natural predictive tool in the markets. And that's ultimate reminder at the time of oil news. And that's the accuracy of Fibonacci levels this morning. Clear on that? That's what played out as the most important rule you learn in the course, in a play on oil. Look at that. Stunning flawless formations, as expected. So ladies and gentlemen, we're down actually to 12 spaces in bootcamp. So if you would like to join us, best time of the year to join us. You master strategies you can apply to any instrument, anytime from any platform. You learn how to trade the news. You learn how to rely on Fibonacci, not indicators, how to trade pure price. How to trade what matters. You master basic strategies that apply to any instrument, any time frame, any platform, and you learn additional strategy ranger that's not part of basic course. Bootcamp, July 9th through 20th, part of Fibonacci Mastery course. So, pretty please review the information on the website under Learn and never hesitate to contact me 925-257-4298 or info@fibinstitute.com. And again and again and again, listen to the graduates of the course and see what they trade. Group course 8 weeks, private mentoring 16, includes bootcamp. So, and that's what played out in the room this month. Quite a Fibonacci month. Trading room open a whole lot less than 30 hours. Out of 27 trades, 25 trades reached the end of the minor trend. The last 3 days we've been dancing in incredibly weak formations. 18 trades reached decision point 2 and reminded you, if you trade with a trend, decision point 2 is your key target. Moving stop outside of break-even is the key. Then trade moved into reversal zone and expanded into larger time frames. And that's where S&P is now, collapsing from decision point 2, which is your key target on trend trade if you're trading with a trend as expected. No matter what instrument you trade, just like Euro had done. It's all the same. Master the strategies and decide what you want to trade. And never ever ever rely on the news or delayed artificial indicators. They never work. The only thing that works is knowledge. And that's what you saw on oil news, as oil continued collapsing, no matter what chart you trade. Let's close with oil. Look at that. Oil still in pain, testing your knowledge to the core. reminding you, pulling a trigger randomly never a recipe for success. Knowledge is. So, if oil is here and rules are met, take a trade. Hand holding in day trading, never ever recipe for success. As bullish news once again did not mean a thing, as we knew it would not. As you see in the trading room every single week at the time of oil news. Adios everybody, my joy and pleasure being with you. Trading room is closing until Monday. Key Fibonacci class tomorrow. So if you would like to join us in the course, please sign up on the website, and I look forward to seeing you in the class tomorrow morning. Fibonacci class at 11 a.m. EST. My joy and pleasure. Thank you, traders.